Parents who find it hard to say no.
And I would rather she didn't have any fizzy drinks.
Then you should probably have a conversation with the fairy godmother who brings her the mysterious fizzy drinks at night when you're sleeping. Oh wait, there's no such thing. You're the one giving her fizzy drinks. You're the one who's choosing to give her fizzy drinks. You're the one who can choose not to give her fizzy drinks. Fizzy drink. Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to Aegis Athletics. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a documentary by All Documentary, and it's called Junk Food Kids. Essentially what goes on in this video is they go over numerous children who have obesity in Britain. Not only that, but their chompers are basically rotted out of their heads, and in some communities, it is 50% of these young children who have some form of tooth decay. I thought America was bad, which it is, and this kind of encompasses all first world countries these days. More and more, kids are getting fatter, kids are getting sicker, and kids are not going outside and touching grass.
Today I will teach you how you can touch grass and prove all those haters wrong.
Hopefully in today's video we will shed some light on this pandemic that is the child obesity problem. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to smash that like button like these kids smash 3 packs of large french fries in one sitting. So let's get into it. Hopping right into it, there's this 4-year-old girl, her name is Tallulah. She is adorable and she is happy and she loves life, but unfortunately she fits into the clothes of a 9 and 10-year-old and she's 4 years old.
But it's hard to find a uniform that will fit.
Do you like that skirt?
I do want it, but I want you now.
Yeah, 8 to 9 years. How much is it? £6. Bargain.
You got this?
It's a bit tight.
I mean, it's almost like a game to the mom at this point. She's strumming through the clothes and she's going, oh my goodness, 7, 8-year-olds here, let's try this one. Oh shit, that doesn't fit. Let's try another one. Oh crap, that one doesn't fit. Now we're at the 10-year-olds. Let's hope this one fits. Get her on a good diet, get her into shape, and get that weight off that poor little girl. It's so bad so that all of her teeth in her head are actually near rotted out. You can see in this clip I'm about to show you that she says all of her teeth cause her pain. She could hardly chew in some of the situations in this video.
You know, they've just got worse.
That one hurts me. That one hurts me. That one hurts me. All of them hurt me.
Now, one main horrible consistency I see within this video are these parents giving excuses to themselves realistically, because let's face it, these are kids. They have no subjectivity at what goes on in their lives. They have no control over what goes on in their lives. Everything and anything that goes on in their lives are dictated by their parents. So them being obese is a direct reflection of their parents. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. I don't care what comment you leave down below, which make sure to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you're new. But regardless, it is the parents' fault because, like I said, those kids have no control over their lives to be able to say, hey, I'm overweight. They don't even really understand what it means to be overweight. But the excuses that these parents continue to give throughout this episode, throughout this video by All Documentary is absolutely abhorrent. And the main problem with these children being obese is the excuses these parents give themselves.
Milk to juice. Now, I know that's my fault, but it was easier for me on a night to give her a bottle of juice than to try and sit up with her all night and try and get her back to sleep. I cannot see a problem with everything that I give her. I honestly do not believe she's put all this weight on just through what she eats. Thyroid. A lesson in how to brush your teeth. Obviously, she's still only 4 and, it's quite difficult to get her to brush her teeth.
Most of the time, it's laziness that I see that they're giving excuses for. Oh, this is hard. It's hard to push past your child screaming at you in the grocery store to get you to buy that massive 48-pack of double-stuffed Oreo cookies. Oh, God. Sounds so Good. We've all been there, and if we haven't, we've seen it firsthand when a child, you may have even been that child, that blows their lid, flips their shit, and rolls on the ground, kicking and screaming, wanting the desserts in the store. And as any healthy parent with a good emotional mindset on them would do, was tell them no and say sorry and then move on, because that child's gonna forget in 5 minutes and move on to the next shit. That's what kids do. This in particular child, he's 6 years old, and he has to go into surgery to remove 12 teeth.
Do you know how many are coming out, Mum? I'm not sure. I think there's 8. 12 it says here. Good.
Now, what I will say is this next part of the video is extremely graphic. I don't give a shit. I mean, sack up. It's information. It is graphic, but it proves a point. It's informational. It's truthful. Okay, and sometimes people need that extra push, that emotional attachment to something in order to see the truth.
It's all clear, all gone. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. That's the last tooth out, guys. Yeah? Tooth count's correct. That is everything.
Regardless of whether or not it's obesity, these forms of diseases and problems can arise really early within children and then continue to be prolonged throughout adulthood and lead to early deaths.
The last 2 years has been the worst. I know she's put on 4.5 stone this last year.
I had to go basically look up what 4.5 stone was, because we're American, we don't use stones, we use pounds, because the world is weird and we all use different measurements to weigh things. But 4.5 stones is 63 pounds. I don't know if you guys can see that up there too well above my head, but that is 63 pounds on a 13-year-old girl in 1 year. If you're as disgusted by that as I was, then, you know, you're actually a caring human being and you probably understand what it means to be obese at the age of 13, and especially at that magnitude. Best section of this video, absolutely by far, was this pediatrician's take on parents and things like that.
Lots of parents want to be their kids' friends, but what they really want is just not to be seen as the bad parent or the mean parent. And sometimes it genuinely is too difficult for them to tackle.
Essentially, parents are just softer these days. Now, give me 1 second before you're like, oh, this guy's telling me I'm soft. No, and what I mean by that is, especially our parents' generation, you know, I'm old. Okay, the parents that came before us and their parents, especially the grandparents, they had really hard lives. I mean, look at the people who came out of the Southwest Dust Bowl. They had to fight for survival, fight for food, fight for their last dollar, the last cent, okay? And to come out of something like that, you're tough as nails. I mean, you have it hard. You're yelling and kicking and screaming the whole way, and, you know, your kids are like 3, 4 years old most of the time, maybe a little older, and, you know, there's some really chaotic things going on around you. And our generation, or at least the generation after that, the previous generation, they really wanted to make it easier for us. And what ended up happening was you have softer parenting. You have not as much, you know, strictness and sternness that there needs to be, along with an understanding and a nurturing, okay? But you really need a stern hand when you're raising kids, because kids want everything they're not supposed to have. That is literally the definition of a child. I mean, they kick, they scream, they yell because they don't know how to properly and effectively communicate what they want and why they want it, because they don't know why they want it. They just know they want it and they want it now. That's what it means to be a child. If you don't understand that about a child, then you should probably, you know, not have kids. But regardless, that is it for today's video, and I hope you guys got the gist. You know, this realistically is a pandemic. You know, hundreds and hundreds of millions of people, Americans included, are affected by this, okay? And when children are involved, when you start to include numbers in that hundreds and hundreds of millions to be children, that's where it really becomes a problem, because you're not only affecting yourselves and your generation, but the newest generations are being affected by that as well, which almost guarantees that the generation after that and the generation after that will follow in the same footsteps. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.